Gary Chambers is running for the U.S. Senate. He's in Louisiana. It's a guy, I've been interested in this guy for a while. He seems like a really phenomenal guy. And he just released, honestly, sort of like a groundbreaking, iconic ad here. So let's take a look and then I'll react.
Every 37 seconds, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws, over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
That was awesome. Imagine, I think back to just, I was born in 1988. Think like if when I was a kid, let's say 1994, 1995. Could anybody imagine that this would be an ad that somebody ran? It's beyond inconceivable. And the polls back then on legalizing marijuana, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I'd imagine it was like 30%, maybe 40%. It could even be in the 20s. And here we are. This is an issue where we've made tremendous strides in a short period of time, and he releases this ad. So there's a number of reasons why this is just phenomenal. One of them is, and I was reading a lot of the comments on Twitter about this to see what people felt about it. A lot of people are saying, first and foremost, look, this is relatable, because there's a lot of people, a lot of young people in particular, who smoke weed, and so it's relatable in a way that's genuine, where people will actually look to a politician and say, hey, maybe they do sort of reflect my values more so than anybody else who I've seen on the political scene. That's one reason why it's a good ad. Another one is that it's honest. It's honest. I mean, how many times have we seen, what was it, Bill Clinton? Yeah, I smoked, but I didn't inhale. You had that. You have people who try to hide certain aspects of themselves from the public, perhaps not understanding that it's actually a more likable trait if you wear it all on your sleeve. Good and bad in some instances. Just wear it all on your sleeve. Any attempt to hide the ball with stuff, I think people see through that. I think people have a unique ability to sort of just intuitively understand who's hiding something and who's not, and this is Gary just letting it all hang out. And then the other thing is, it's a celebration of freedom, effectively, is what he's doing here. And this is an argument that I've been making for a long time on this show. I think that the left should claim the mantle of we're the party that believes in freedom. I want you to have maximum freedom when it comes to social issues. You make whatever decisions you want to make with, your own personal life in that respect. And then on the economic front, is somebody really free if they don't have their basic needs and the necessities of life set? And the answer is no. You're not really free if you're up to your eyeballs in medical debt or student loan debt, or you're living paycheck to paycheck and maybe you can't pay the light bill this month. That's not really free. It's like you're free to be trapped in an oppressive situation that you can never completely dig out of. Is that freedom? No. Now, I'm not saying everybody gets a yacht and a mansion and a pool in the backyard or anything, but what I am saying is the basic necessities of life being met in a civilized society that can afford to meet those basic necessities of life, yeah, that strikes me as a no-brainer. That strikes me as an attempt to get towards a true meritocracy where it's actually a fair playing field, where if we're all running a 100-yard dash, we all start at the 0-yard line. The way it works in America right now is that some people are born on the 80-yard line of the 100-yard dash, like Mitt Romney's son or Paris Hilton, and then you have people who are starting at the negative 80-yard line. Some kid born to a single mother in Harlem, for example. So it's an attempt to get to an actual meritocracy if you meet people's basic needs. So I think, social democratic policies, leftist economic policies, are actually done in the spirit of freedom. That's freedom. So this is a celebration of freedom. Look, you should be able to put in your body whatever you want to put in your body as long as you're not hurting anybody else. And it's clearly what he's doing is calling for justice as well. Every 37 seconds, somebody gets arrested for this. Well, that's insane. I mean, we have so many states now where it's legal at the state level. At the federal level, it's still illegal. But if it's legal at the state level, we have this weird system where it's like, well, you can kind of do it over here, but you can't do it over here. And some people have been locked up in prison for years. Some people have gotten life sentences for nonviolent drug offenses. On what planet does that make sense? It doesn't make sense at all. And so Gary Johnson is calling attention to that and saying, look, this is unjust. This makes no sense, and I want to be there to fix it. And then also the ad is just badass. Like he's wearing a fresh suit, sitting there smoking a fat ass blunt. I mean, that's a fat blunt, dog. If I took one hit off of that, I'd be knocked out on the ground for like 3 hours, and then I'd wake up and I'd be chilling with Scooby-Doo and having a fist fight with a camel or some shit. Like, I would be wrecked off that shit. But his suit is dope. He's smoking a fat blunt, and he's sitting in that chair in the middle of Louisiana, in the middle of nowhere. I like it. I like that ad a lot. Now, look, he's got an uphill battle in Louisiana to win a U.S. Senate seat in Louisiana. But it's almost like when you really have nothing to lose and you're fighting an uphill battle, you could almost be more bold and have a more free campaign and express your values more. Because it's like, hey, I'm supposed to lose, right? I'm supposed to lose this thing, so why not? Why not show people who I really am? Why not show them what I really stand for? Why not make a good argument? Why not stand up even harder against injustice? And so in every way, shape, and form, I like this. Very bold for him to do this. Gary Chambers, man. Everybody go check him out. Donate if you can. He's a real one, that's for sure. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.